The following podcast is scheduled for one fall. Coming down the aisle, Matt, Dave, the Superplex Brothers!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the sixth and highly anticipated at this stage because we took a really long break, the sixth live Superplex Bros podcast. Of course, as always, I am Matt, and joined with me is Dave. And I feel as if because it's been so long, because it's been about 3 weeks since the last show, I almost feel like there's too much to talk about to the point where I can't remember everything.
Yeah, I mean, a lot's happened. But at the same time, it's like, where the fuck do we even begin?
I guess we can begin with some more like personal and brand related stuff. So obviously we mentioned this 3 weeks ago, but the February giveaway is live. It is a chance to win an International Pokemon Association t-shirt. You get your choice in color and size and style. And the drawing for that is March 1st. But while we're on the topic of giveaways, I will note that we have basically confirmed at this stage that not only in the current giveaway are there a lot of bot entries, but the person who won Starbound last time was in fact a bot.
Yeah, which really sucks.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look into countermeasures for that. I don't know how you do it. I guess maybe if you do catches for each entry.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it.
But because of this, we're going to repick a winner until we get someone who we know is not a bot. Right now. So we're going to revoke this win. It's repicking the win now. And that doesn't look like a real name either. We're going to repick the win.
Your name's
again.
not real.
Like with our SoundCloud ID, it's just like a bunch of like they're like a first name and a bunch of numbers.
Oh god, yeah, that's usually an obvious bot.
Yeah. And this one had a YouTube link when I clicked on it for a forward.
Off to a good start.
Yeah, so we're gonna invalidate that win. We're gonna draw a winner. Oh my god, another bot, dude. This is a joke.
You know, the funny part about all this is that, like, when we did the Starbound giveaway, it was because we were really into playing Starbound, and now we're back into playing Terraria.
Yeah, it's funny how that works.
Which, who knows, maybe somewhere down the line.
Terraria is rather
just a
cheap.
Possibility.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I've like cycled us through so many bots. We're 7 entries down already.
Holy shit! We're definitely gonna have to figure out a way to prevent this kind of bullshit in the future because this is ridiculous. We want actual people to win.
Yeah, this next giveaway is gonna be a nightmare, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Finally, a legitimate winner. It's someone we know. The winner, the new winner, I should say, of Starbound is our good friend, T.
Hey! Congrats, T!
Congrats, you actually did it. You pulled it off in the redraw. Just had to circle through an absurd amount of bots, but we did it. So that's gonna be fun to do for the shirt giveaway, to the point where I might manually scroll through the entries, get a list of people I can tell are not bots, and then like put them on a randomizer list and see what name it gives me. So using
yeah,
Gleam.
that's definitely a good idea. I don't know if you want to hold off on drawing for that then. Just hold off on drawing for that until we can sort out who's real and who's not. Because it's easy. It's easy to verify. Yeah. It's very easy to verify. So, anyway, congrats, T. Have fun with your new copy of Starbound. I will get that to you as soon as possible. And then it's just the shirt giveaway, and then we can move on to whatever our March giveaway will be.
Which we haven't even
we have not
yet. So it's probably going to be something small this time. We've had two what I consider big giveaways. A $15 game, basically, and
yeah,
shirt.
and yeah.
So we're not made of money, so we're probably gonna scale back.
Yeah, especially
March's giveaway.
Especially this coming month is gonna be. I have to start saving money hardcore too. So
yeah. But this month is this kind of month is gonna be rather wild. I feel. I just have a feeling. You're feeling a lot of things are gonna happen.
I definitely have that feeling.
So I guess since we're on like the whole like personal kick, this is obviously live on my channel, so there's actually a whole video on this already. But I am actually fighting through an injury at the minute. A big reason why probably the last week and a half, or really 2 weeks, there hasn't been a show.
Yeah, and I'm one of those people too where like I'll tell them, stop doing things, recover, heal. So
yeah, I found out that I slipped 2 discs in my back. Thankfully, relatively minor. Very painful though. Like there's no such thing as a slipped disc that doesn't hurt.
For sure.
So I'm hopefully getting into contact with a physical therapist soon. I'm out of work. That's just a train wreck. But I'll fight through it, get back on my feet, start making money again, and all.
Oh yeah, well. For sure. I mean, you'll be as good as new before you know it.
It's gonna be I won't say before I know it, because it's probably gonna be a long road to recovery.
Well, I mean, it's true, but these kind of things, they tend to go by faster than you think.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess since, again, we're sticking on this personal thing, we'll get all this stuff out of the way right now. YouTube updates, Dave. Do you have anything?
I started the Super Mario Bros. 3 playthrough. I have to continue recording that. In fact, I plan on doing that today after the cast. Other than that, not much. I uploaded a really shitty video yesterday, and I ended up just unlisting it. I unlisted it. It was bad. It was real bad.
I wasn't trying to just like shit on it. I was just trying to tell you why it was hard to watch.
I knew it was bad, but at the same time, like some people I knew were actually waiting for that video, so I wanted to at least upload it. So
yeah,
I guess I'll talk about it real quick. I was talking with one of my coworkers, and they were talking about Snack Crate, which is you get snacks from different countries. And they were like, oh, I really want to do it. I said, I've thought about doing that as a video series. And she told me, you know what? I bought it. And I was like, oh, what the hell? I'll buy it. She bought Sweden. I bought Korea. And it was an interesting box. They had this really like weird ass milk soda that was just.
But you're a freak.
I don't like milk, but even people who I know who like milk said that was just awkward. It was a very weird thing. But Um, I think I'm gonna hold off on doing any more videos like that until I get a better camera. For one, like I originally contemplated using my phone camera, but I felt like that would be too difficult to make look good.
But if you had gotten to sit still, it would have looked better.
Yeah, if I did still, it would have looked better. But that's the issue, is getting the thing to sit still. And
You can get like tripods for your phone.
I'll have to look into that. I'll have to look into.
They're like $10.
Oh shit! Then yeah, that's a much cheaper alternative than getting a new camera. So,
Yeah.
but other than that, things are pretty much going forward as you know. As I plan on it. I want to get Super Mario Brothers 3 fully recorded before I start uploading anything. I really, for a series like that, I really don't, especially since it's going to be a short series. It's going to be like at least 8 episodes, maybe 9 tops, but it's definitely going to be less than 10. I don't plan on having it be any longer than that. And I want to have that fully recorded, maybe not fully edited, but fully recorded before I start uploading that. And there is a phone that went off. Oh well, we'll go through it. But yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much the plan. I don't know what I'm going to do after that in terms of things not Pokemon related, because
because we have the Soul Link will start after you.
Yeah, and
that.
I also want to do another Nuzlocke soon on my own, which I've talked to you about a little bit. And what the hell, I'll reveal it. I want to cover Pokemon Emerald. I want to do, because I did a randomizer run of Emerald in the past, but I never finished it because it just wasn't working out. Like I relied on the handicap of having other people do commentary with me, and when getting people to do that was difficult, it just made the series not fun. And I was just like, you know what, this doesn't work without 2 people. So I'm going to redo Emerald, and I'm going to do it completely different. It's going to be a chaotic run where I randomize everything, absolutely everything. So moves are going to be randomized for typing and power and accuracy. So, like, for example, I can get like a water gun that's 120 power and is a rock type move, which is fucking crazy. And of course, abilities will be randomized. Typings of Pokemon will be randomized. Items will be randomized. I might even randomize the actual stats.
Oh my god!
Which,
so you're going to have a Chaos Emerald
yes,
run?
I'm going to have a Chaos Emerald run, and hopefully I will be in control of it.
I hope you've realized since that you also don't have to have guests.
Yes, I don't have to have guests. Well, when I do live commentary,
Okay.
I would rather not have guests.
Yeah.
Because that's more work.
It's more work because you have to get a screen share going and whatnot.
It's more work.
For the guests.
It's way more work than I want to do. So, I also want to...
more that you're capable of doing with the internet.
Yeah, and not only that, but I also eventually want to learn how to do all the whole cool, like, backgrounds and shit that they do for Nuzlocks. Like the displays that they do.
The format.
Yeah, I want to be able to do that. So that's going to be a lot of work to figure out for me, because I'm not the most technologically gifted. You know, I admit that. It's why I still basically run in like 2009 Let's Play standards. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, you've moved up to at least 2011 because you're doing live commentary now.
But I am a grandpa, so it's something I have to get over, and hopefully I will. And then I'll be able to at least get to 2015 standards. So
that's the goals right there. I mean, hey, listen, you have the Elgato, you've got the means to record console games. So once you get on that bandwagon, you'll be on 2015 standards.
Yeah. So anyway, I think we've dragged that on for way long enough.
Yeah, so on my channel, obviously, a lot of people already know what's going on my channel, but for those who maybe want to listen to us on SoundCloud, you have no idea. My channel is going through a bit of a boom right now, and it's all thanks to Pokemon Duel. I started doing videos on it for the Deoxys event, and oh my god, they took off. That summer video has 3,715 views, and because of that, I've boomed up nearly 40 subscribers in a week and some change. I do daily gameplay videos of it, and those average 100 a pop, which for my channel is amazing because I normally average about 10 views a video.
Yeah, mine usually get about 25 when I actually upload something, and I you know what's funny about my channel is for the longest time when I didn't put up content, that's when I got the most subscribers.
Yeah, mine's the opposite. If I stop, like everything stops. But I also just passed a milestone overnight, and that was getting over 500,000 total views on my videos.
Nice.
So that's a pretty huge milestone for a small channel like me. I have 1,196 subs.
Yeah, I had there was one point where I had like a ridiculous amount. That was because a lot of my older videos before I even started Let's Playing had gotten quite a lot of views. Believe it or not, my reviews, my old video game reviews, still get a lot of views. They still get like, I think one of my King of Fighters videos, like the King of Fighters 94 review, is somewhere like 8,000, something like that.
Maybe you should start making more reviews.
Yeah, probably. But you gotta remember too, that was before the Let's Play craze. So that was at the time, grandpa mode coming in. But at the time, video game reviews were the big thing because a lot of people were trying to emulate the video game nerd or the angry video game nerd. And then you had other people who were making somewhat of a name for themselves around that time. Not huge, but there was like a community. There was like a community, and we all watched each other's videos and shit. So I think that had a lot to do with it. But it's still it was an interesting time. It was an interesting time.
Yeah. But yeah, so my channel is blowing up right now. I'm back actually doing my gameplay live streams on Twitch. So even though it does have a bigger delay, I do think it runs a lot smoother over there than on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, the delay is annoying, but it's better that than not running at all.
Yeah, because I was having so many issues with the YouTube side of streaming that it was just like not working.
I mean,
anymore.
Hitbox was an option, but I don't think that gets enough of a user base to really.
No, like it doesn't. I mean, Hitbox is like your third option. Like if Twitch and YouTube both aren't working for you, then you go to Hitbox.
It's like if to make it a wrestling reference, if you, like one's WWE, one's WCW, and the other one's ECW.
Yeah. So that's it for personal updates. We're taking about like what? Nearly 20 minutes going through all that, which is the longest personal update section ever.
Yeah.
But again, we had about 3 weeks worth of things to cover, so that was
bound to happen every once in a while.
Inevitable. So I guess on that front, we're going to move on to the next subject, which is that this coming Friday, it is finally time, my boys. It is time for the Nintendo Switch to release worldwide. And alongside it, the only game anyone cares about for the Nintendo Switch, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And you bet your ass I am doing a launch day live stream of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, a lot of people are looking forward to it. It's not the game that I'm on the radar for the Nintendo Switch. Obviously, Super Mario Odyssey was, but still is. But I definitely want to get a Switch, and I definitely will give Breath of the Wild a shot. It's just not going to be a day one thing for me. I just don't have the money to justify doing that. And especially since, like I said before, and when we were doing the updates, I have to really start saving money hardcore right now. So it's just not an option for me. But definitely later on down the line, maybe even like fall into holiday, I will definitely be getting a Switch. And by then, there's going to be a nice little, set of games for it. So it's definitely going to be more worth it for me at that time.
Well, I guess the big thing to talk about here is our expectations for how the launch is going to go. All last week, the press websites and YouTubers got their early copies of the console and the game. And one issue that flagged up, and I think it's a crucial issue that needs to be addressed, and I'm worried about encountering this issue, is that apparently the left Joy-Con has a hard time staying synced with the console.
Oh, God. That's a huge thing. Like, that, their whole system is based on these Joy-Cons. So if one of them doesn't sync well, that can completely shit on the experience.
Yeah, and I don't know if that would be a firmware issue or would that be a hardware issue.
Yeah, that's hard to tell. That's hard to tell with just people talking about it. You would have to... I mean, I
even then, I think when Nintendo or like people who are really in the know about how to develop hardware and software would really be able to tell for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I don't even think this is something you just take a screwdriver and take apart and see for yourself. This is something that you would just have to know based on like insider information or just development information. And Nintendo, if this is really the case, you got to fix this now before you launch.
Yeah, if that goes through into launch, you're looking at a disaster because people like me will go and return it.
Yeah, it's a lot of money to drop, so you got to make sure that the shit actually works. So if you're gonna drop the kind of money, you want to make sure the thing you're buying actually works.
Oh yeah, I mean it has to.
And that's a lot of money to drop for something to not work right.
And it's a terrifying thought. No, apparently though, Breath of the Wild is like one of the best games ever. Like legit.
Okay.
They're saying it's the new definitive Legend of Zelda game.
That's a good sign.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Nintendo, and I think this is gonna impact some players, is that Horizon Zero Dawn's out this week as well.
Yeah, and
probably the most hyped up PS4 exclusive of like this half of the year.
Yeah, definitely. I plan on picking that up at some point.
Hopefully soon, so I can bum it off.
Actually, I'll check how much money I have after the podcast.
Ooh.
Maybe I'll pull some strings.
Interesting. We'll keep you guys updated on what happens with Dave's string pulling, because that would have a direct impact on my next live stream.
Yes, it would. And what I'll be doing for the next several weeks when I'm not working. So,
yeah,
pretty much.
And it'll keep me busy until the Switch comes out and I drop Horizon like nobody's business for.
Yeah. So,
And we're gonna stop talking about
maybe we're just buying time while I go on my phone and look at how much money I have. So
maybe we are. I'm not sure what's going on right now. All I know is that this podcast is easily the most disorganized that we've ever done, because we're just kind of.
It's very disorganized. You will never be organized again. We're all soldiers now.
Well, war never changes.
Get stabilized.
No, but seriously, this is like, I know that I put in the description of this live stream that we're just winging it, but like this is reaching new levels of just winging it. Normally this is the most sophisticated. We've spent like a day organizing this show, and now we're sitting here just kind of going like, so this is happening, this is happening. Ooh, Dave, do you want to buy this fucking game?
Fun fact, I have a card that I get from work. And that's basically how I get my pay. It's like a debit card. And the website to check my fucking balance doesn't work on Chrome. So I'm
my
stuck
God.
waiting until this show is. No, well, yes, I am because I don't have Firefox on this laptop. So,
Rippity
dippity. We're waiting until after the show to find out what's going on. Maybe in the SoundCloud version, I will put a little note in the description. But otherwise,
just to give people an update, because now they're going to be.
Are they getting it?
Are Matt and Dave getting Horizon Zero Dawn for launch? Are they getting it? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Which means it's time for a very smooth segue, because we are now going to talk about Dragon Ball Super. Oh my fucking
This arc has
God.
been phenomenal so far.
We're only 3 episodes in or something, aren't we? 3, 4,
I think
maybe?
4. I think 4.
I want to say it might be 4, because
There was the
like,
opening where like Goku goes to see the Omni King. There was the second episode where Goku has to get a team for the exhibition match. Then there was the episode with Majin Buu's fight, and then there was this episode just this past weekend with Gohan.
Right. So I want to start off this whole section. This is probably going to be a larger section than it is normally for Dragon Ball Super, obviously, but I want to start off with an interesting discussion that I've seen kind of crop up every now and then, and I was going to do an individual video on it, but decided to wait and kind of do it on the podcast, because I feel like it's one of the easier ways to kind of go about discussing this, because you have someone else to talk about it.
This is true.
This arc has really brought to light an aspect of Goku's character that, while has been present in the past, we've seen it before, but it's really made it like it's put the spotlight on it. And that is that Goku's selfishness and desire to fight the strong guy puts the world, and in this case, normally it's just the world, at risk. But now he's put the entire multiverse at risk.
You know what's funny about this, actually, is in Z, this was a Vegeta problem.
No, I would say it was also a Goku problem.
It was never this bad, though. Like, Goku had this trait, but Goku never really threw everyone away to the level that he has now. Usually it was Vegeta that did that shit. But now they're really showing this huge character flaw of Goku. You know?
Well, the thing is, when you think about it, this is going back to the original Dragon Ball, because at the end of the original Dragon Ball, Goku spared Piccolo. Why did he spare Piccolo? Not because he thought Piccolo could be a good guy. Goku didn't believe that. He spared Piccolo because he wanted to fight him again.
That's true. That is actually very true.
Go to Vegeta in the Saiyan Saga. Krillin is about to stab and kill Vegeta. Like, Vegeta's crawling on the ground. Krillin has a chance to finish off the biggest threat to the entire series to date. And Goku says, no, let him go, because I want to fight him again.
That's true.
Frieza Saga. He gives Frieza energy because he wants to fight him again. Cell. He literally says, I'm tired of fighting you. I'm going to die and let my son take over.
And he gives Cell a senzu bean.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I don't think it was as bad with Boo.
No,
No, though Goku did say he was looking forward to seeing Boo reincarnated so he could fight him again, but Goku never hesitated in trying to kill Boo.
Yeah, that's true. The only thing about Boo is that he did say, I can't fight you anymore because, Gotenks is going to fight you. But at the same time, that was because of a restriction. That wasn't because of, his own doing. So I don't think that really counts.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't count that one only because, it was this weird bullshit where Goku was using so much energy that his day on Earth's time
Which
got
I
used
don't...
up.
That's plot convenience.
Yeah, because Super Saiyan 3 Goku probably could have beaten Fat Boo.
He could have easily beaten Fat Boo. He was using him like a goddamn punching bag.
Yeah. Of course, he's struggling against Kid Buu, even though the weird thing is that Kid Buu is actually considered the weakest form.
I thought Fat Boo was the weakest.
It's just the most. No, Fat Buu with the evil split out is the weakest.
Oh.
But Kid Buu is the weakest, and then Buhan's the strongest.
Okay, that makes sense. You know, it's weird because the whole reason for the confusion is Funimation's fault. It's entirely Funimation's fault because in the Blu-ray, in the dubs, in the original dub of that saga, they explicitly state that Kid Buu was the strongest one.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like he's the most evil. He's the most chaotic and unpredictable, which made him the hardest to fight.
Yeah, well, like there's even a thing like because I just rewatched these clips the other day, and Goku even says like he got stronger. He didn't get weaker. He got stronger. So that was a complete flub on the dub, and.
But when I think about it, it makes sense that he's not as strong as Wuhan because they beat him without having to fuse.
It makes sense. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm just saying...
Oh, no, I'm just bringing up the discussion topic, like adding to the point.
The people who made when they originally did the dub, they got a lot of things really fucking wrong. Like, I would even say to the point that it takes away from the original meaning of what was supposed to happen. Like, for example, the obvious one is Goku's character.
Yeah, they made
him Japanese Superman.
He's not. He's not even close to that. Watch Super. Because there's so much of it not dubbed. Watch the subbed version of Super. You see who Goku really is.
They kind of started fixing that when they started doing Kai and... even Super, from what I've seen, is not as bad about it as the original dub of Dragon Ball Z, but it was pretty bad how they did it back then. And honestly, I understand why they did it. They did it in order to make it more popular in the West, which worked. You know?
Oh, it
worked phenomenally well, but unfortunately, you have this distinct difference in characters between the original dub and the English dub that it's almost kind of like you can't really fix it at this point. Like even now, he's not as bad as he was in the original English dub of Z, but he's still way more goody-goody than he's supposed to be.
Yeah. But going back to the original, the topic at hand is that I believe that when you look at how selfish Goku has been throughout the history of the franchise, it makes you wonder, and it puts into to question: is Goku a good guy? Like, is he he's not your regular hero? Obviously he's a good guy in the sense that he always beats the villain. Oh, not always, but Cell. But he usually beats the villain.
Yeah,
right?
I would say, given the circumstances, I wouldn't say Goku is a true blue 100% good guy. Absolutely not. He's willing to put others' lives on the line just for that fight. So if you're going with the whole D&D moral alignment thing, I would definitely say at best he's chaotic good. And I would even say potentially chaotic neutral.
Yeah. I kind of lean more towards chaotic neutral myself. Mostly the Cell Saga has to do with that.
I would say it's like on the line between chaotic good and chaotic neutral, only because Goku has a basic understanding of morals. Like even the Japanese Goku has a basic moral understanding, like that's a bad guy, that's a good guy. He at least has that. It's just he puts his selfishness clouds his judgment. So that's where I say he's on the line. Like if he had no sense of morality, then maybe chaotic neutral, like he would be a definite smack dab chaotic neutral. But having that basic sense, I would say creeps him just on the line.
Yeah. I mean, it was interesting. The part that really kind of brought up this discussion for me was when Goku is on Beerus's planet, and he's there with Beerus and Whis, and he's just like, I'm gonna go talk to Omni King. And Beerus is like, you know what? I'm stepping in. You need to stop getting yourself involved with him. The Omni King is just seriously way too dangerous because he's so naive, because he has that attitude of a child. And he got into position to where he was going to destroy Goku if he went.
Yeah.
And like Goku went nearly Goku Black in terms of sinister.
Yeah, it was actually really fucking cool. That's probably one of my favorite scenes in all of Super.
Yeah, it turned into kind of a comic relief scene because Goku tricked them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, now you look at the fact this tournament is happening. Even Gohan was like, "Dad, what have you done?"
Yeah, definitely.
And I want to see Goku have to, for the first real time, I think, in the franchise, deal with the consequences of his selfishness.
Yeah, well, he's definitely going to have to. Obviously, it's not going to be as bad as it was originally planned, which we'll have to talk about that when we actually catch up to the episode. But he definitely is going to have to live with the consequences. I know the Super Dragon Balls are going to be involved, but I don't think this is something that they can just say, oh, there you go. It's fixed.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, okay, let's say if the Omni King wipes out all these universes, and then Goku wins and goes, all right, let's bring back all of them with the Super Dragon Balls. Can the God Shenron overrule the King of Everything? I would like to lean towards no.
Well, I think even if the dragon could bring them back, what's stopping the Omni King from just getting rid of them again?
Yeah, and then Goku puts himself at even more risk because then you're like telling the Omni King kind of like, fuck you.
So, and there's two of them now.
In which case, there's two of them, and only one of them likes Goku.
Yeah.
That we know of.
Well,
so
I think
far.
the other one doesn't hate him.
No, it's just indifferent. But we know the actual main timeline. Omni King likes Goku.
Yeah, we use him as a friend.
Yeah. So I guess now we'll kind of go into the exhibition match itself. So you've got the Trio de Danger?
Yeah, the Trio de Danger, French.
Yeah, which is three furries.
It's like, you know, it would have been funny if the God of Destruction was a pig. And it was like the reverse. You got the pig and the three wolves.
That would have been. I'm surprised that's not a thing.
Yeah, actually.
Well, how did Toriyama miss on that?
Yeah, that's true. How did he miss on that?
Because like he designed all these guys.
Yeah, and instead he kind of went for this green dwarf kind of guy, who is kind of a bitch.
Has he had a line?
He's had like one line where we got to talk about this now, I guess. There's a fight between Basil and Boo, and
Basil being the guy who kicks. He's basically furry Sanji,
and he is, he's kicking the shit out of Boo, and Boo is not phased, and Boo manages to beat the shit out of him a little bit because he hurt Mr. Satan, and so the Supreme Kai of Universe 9, who is a dick, and he basically gives Basil this drug that boosts him up. And the God of Destruction of Universe 9 is like, yeah, that might have been a little much. So he's not... I feel like the roles are reversed. Like, he's the more calm-minded one, and...
He's the passive one, yeah. The Supreme Kai's the aggressive, like, asshole-ish one.
Did you notice the animation on the Supreme Kai's eyes?
Yeah, that's a new thing.
It's automatic.
That Toei's doing. It's automatic, yeah. I noticed it in the newest episode as well. But, like, it's one of those things I wouldn't have noticed unless it was pointed out, so thanks,
for real.
X.
Dick.
We hang out too much!
Bro moment. But, That was nice.
But yeah, the fights so far have been fucking stellar. I was not like we saw all the fights in the Boo saga with Boo. Yeah, I feel his most hype fight was his fight against Basil.
Definitely. That was a fun fight. I love that they actually gave Boo some legit fight time and not like because outside of the beginning of the Boo arc, every time he got into a fight, he got his ass kicked, and then when they brought him back in Super, he never fought at all except for getting his ass kicked by Beerus. Like
which everyone did.
Yeah.
So it's hard to like.
No, but I'm saying like they intentionally left him out of the Frieza fight because he would have been too powerful.
Yeah, the whole thing is that he would have made that too.
He would have
easy.
made that way too like he would have destroyed all of Frieza's goons. He probably wouldn't have beaten Frieza. He probably wouldn't have.
But he would have made it to where like they all could have ganged up on Frieza.
Yeah, he definitely.
Before Goku,
He would have been able to hold him off. Oh God! Yeah. Could you imagine? Imagine if you will. This is good, Boo, but he still has the ability to absorb people.
Yo, that'd be dangerous.
If
he would get the evilness of Frieza.
Yeah, and then it would have been like a fucking super pink Boo gold monster.
Gold.
It would have been like
gold Boo monster thing.
It would have been like in Mario Kart 8, you know they have pink gold peach.
Oh my god.
It'd be that.
Cat
suit and all.
But yeah, that he would have made that fight too easy. They had to do the same thing really in the Universe 6 tournament because the only person in that tournament who was a threat was Hit.
Yeah, definitely. Boo definitely would have jobbed out everybody in that fucking tournament.
Yeah, because Frost Poison would have been
It would have been no sold. Fluffy would have been taken down.
Kaba wouldn't have become Super Saiyan.
He wouldn't have, and he also would have been too naive. How to handle him.
And then the robot thing would have just, I think, been out gimmicked.
Yeah, he would have been out gimmicked.
Because like Boo's a gimmick.
Boo is the king of gimmicks.
Literally. And then he would have lost a hit.
He would have lost a hit for sure.
So. But then again, how do you kill Boo?
Well, he wouldn't have killed Boo. He wouldn't have killed Boo.
He would have just knocked him out of the ring. He would have
probably just knocked him out of the ring, or it would have been a point where, like, it even could have ultimately been a stalemate. Because Hit can't kill Boo, because Boo isn't like a normal, he doesn't have like a normal beating heart like everybody does. He can turn into goop, you know? So he can't really assassinate Boo.
Unless he has a technique that can wipe out
matter
people on on a matter and /cell level, which from what we've seen he can't.
Yeah, at least not yet.
Yeah, of course he probably has a lot of abilities we haven't seen, and I'm sure we're gonna see Hit.
If we don't see Hit during this arc, I'm gonna be disappointed.
It'd be a travesty. Well, I know this is awful to say. He's not even in the opening, but I want the finals to be Goku and Hit again.
I want Hit to face somebody from the other universes. I think I have a feeling that if Hit shows up, he's going to lose to the guy that Goku fights in the opening.
That would make sense because that guy's got so much focus.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, that opening
is fantastic.
I was listening to it right before we started the show. I just don't stop listening to it.
I think it's a better total package than the other one was. Although I still think the other song is really catchy.
I mean, it's catchy, but I think that by the time you finish, by the time you got to Universe 6, it should have changed. That opening was good for the movie recap arcs, but that was about it. I think it clashed the most with the Goku Black.
Yeah. The Goku Black arc should have definitely got its own opening, and it should have been a much more sinister song.
Yeah, because That arc, going back to Goku for a minute, is probably the only arc where Goku knows he can't put people in jeopardy.
Yeah, actually, you know what's funny is what would have been really cool for them to do for the Goku Black arc, since it's like an evil Goku, if they did like a darker Chala head Chala. Like it's the iconic Dragon Ball Z theme. It's the song that's most iconic in the franchise. And you have this evil character who is basically Goku. So it would have just been pretty awesome. They weren't going to do it. It's never going to be. It would never have been a possibility, but it would have been cool.
Yeah. So I guess the last thing to talk about in terms of Super is Gohan's fight, which was the most recent episode. And there's a couple things that also happened in that in regards to how the Tournament of Power is going to work, but that was also Gohan's best fight since the fucking Buu saga. Like, they're finally giving us good fights for people not named Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks.
Yeah, for real. I wish Piccolo would get this treatment.
I think he will.
Probably will. He'll probably get someone. I think everybody's going to. Like, Krillin's going to get a good fight. The androids are going to get a good fight.
Roshi will get he'll get his badass old man Shinna moment. He'll probably have to.
He actually had a really awesome moment too in the opening where he just takes his sunglasses off, like he's gonna fuck somebody up. You know what would be awesome is if like they all trained in the hyperbolic time chamber and they all got like ridiculously powerful.
I think they should. Like, the normal humans, Krillin, Tien, Roshi, and even to a lesser extent Piccolo, and maybe 17, because I assume 17 and 18, they've not been fighting since
the only thing they have going for them is their infinite energy supply. Outside of that, what the hell else do they got?
I'm actually looking forward to the episode where they reintroduce 17, because I feel like that's just something that's going to be a big event, I feel. And it's going to be a Krillin and 18 episode. I'm calling it. Goku will not go hunting for 17. Krillin and 18 will go get him. And if that doesn't happen, I will be disappointed.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think it's going to be something strange like, oh, Vegeta finds 17. No, that's not going to happen. It's going to be 18 and Krillin. She's either going to know where he is right away, or she's going to like be able to find a way to contact him based on like some fluke. Like, oh, 17 said to me one time he wanted to be a park ranger. So,
well, we know from the data book, or either data book or an interview with Toyama, one of the two. I read it recently. They're like 17 visited Krillin and 18 recently, but didn't mention his own personal life. Now, aside from the park ranger thing, like he doesn't mention, according to Toyama, he has a family and kids. Like he's got a wife and kids.
Jesus, that's
and they live in the park.
That's fucking weird. I guess we're going to be introduced to his family.
Probably not.
Oh well,
it'll probably be 17. They'll find him like on the job.
Well, I look forward to it because I always like when they reintroduce characters and characters that normally don't get time getting time.
Which is what this arc seems to be about. New characters and old favorites getting another chance in the spotlight. Because again, look at Tien. Done nothing since Cell. He was present for part of the Super Buu fight, but he didn't do anything.
Yeah, and also I like Tien's current outfit with like the martial arts robe and shit. That's my favorite outfit that Tien has. He looks like a badass like martial arts master. And I think I'm one of those people that believes that Tien got the fucking screw job from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z. Like, hardcore. He
got hit with the power
Yeah,
key.
he did. And it happened at the very end of Dragon Ball. Like, Piccolo came in, outmatched Tien, no problem, and just completely made him irrelevant. Then Piccolo was made irrelevant by Vegeta, and so on and so forth. And it's just really sad that this happens to all these characters, but this is the chance for them to finally redeem that. I mean, I'm not saying that Tien and Piccolo have to be like Goku Vegeta level. Obviously, that's not going to happen. But I want them to be more than just incompetent guys that either get their ass kicked by the big bad or, bystanders who have to watch everything.
Yeah. And that looks to be changing in this arc, so I'm excited for that. But the next fight looks to be, from what I read in the description, like Bergamo's ability is that like he can power up to match his opponent the more energy that they show off.
That's scary.
Yeah, so I assume that the only way Goku can beat him is by entering a form where he can't sense his energy, Super Saiyan Blue.
Yeah, or unless he like powers down or some shit.
Yeah, it should be, and then like suddenly gives a burst of power and
Yeah.
knocks
Well,
him out
it kind of like when you put something like that into perspective, it almost reminds me of the Rao and Kenshiro fight in Fist of the North Star. If you remember, they were so powerful to the point that their abilities were nullified, so they had to resort to basic hand-to-hand combat just to fight each other.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool because you never really see Goku in that kind of situation.
No, not since the original Dragon Ball.
It would be really awesome to see, like, Goku can't just outpower him. He has to beat him in a way that, like, he has to go back to basics.
Yeah.
It would be pretty cool.
So I think that's enough Dragon Ball for now. We talked for about 25 minutes at least on Dragon Ball.
I definitely I'm looking forward to the rest of this arc.
I mean, I could keep talking about it too.
My hope, I guess this is the last thing we'll talk about. My hope going into this arc is that we don't just see, Universe 7 take on everybody. I want to see all the other universes go at it, and I want them all to get fully fleshed time. Like, I want episodes dedicated to the Universe 6 fighters. I want to see them take on the other universes. I want to see more into this is really like the ultimate chance to really build the multiverse of Dragon Ball. And
before they wipe it out.
Well, yeah. And I really want to see them take advantage of that.
Except, actually, for 4 universes that aren't entering the Tournament of Power.
Well, they're...
Universes 1 and 12 and 5 and 8.
They are completely exempt. They don't have to enter. So...
Because their average power... I don't know if they said power level, as in, like...
Mortal power level.
Yeah. Is apparently over 7.
Yeah, and Universe 7's was at 3.
And Universe 9 was like 1.8
Yeah,
something.
so like...
I was like, ouch, Universe 9.
Yeah, so Universe 9 is basically like the end. It's like maybe Blue Saga tops.
Yeah. Though, like, I'm sure it's really like Goku and Vegeta who bring Universe 7 up so high.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
But I don't know how to feel about that because I wanted to see all the universes go at it.
Yeah.
But maybe that means that's opening up the realms of going to universes 1 and 12.
They're definitely going to. If they don't show up in this tournament, they are definitely going to. Goku is going to end up conquering all of the universes.
Yeah. And then he'll get to go all the way back to Earth and get content with fighting and training Oob for some reason.
Yeah, they're going to have a hard time.
One last subject. Do you think that they are going to retcon the end of Z, or at least go past the end of Z?
I think they're not going to completely retcon it, but they're definitely going to change it. Because there's too much stuff that happened in Super that you can't just say, oh, well, didn't happen in Z. So.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
And honestly, even though they try to say that GT's not completely nullified at this point, yes, it is.
It is! Oh my god, it is.
Even Masako was trying to say, like, you could still technically have GT happen. No, you can't. No, you can't. Super Saiyan, like, if let's just put this in perspective real quick. If Goku had this God form, and chances are he's going to get an even more powerful God form after that. It's coming.
Well, from the opening seems to hint at a perfected blue
for now,
King.
And we don't even know what's going to happen once Goku gets to fight the other universes that were too powerful for this tournament. We could very well see Super Saiyan Blue 2. and eventually Super Saiyan Blue 3. Who the fuck knows? I hope it doesn't get to that point because that's kind of overkill. But
at the same time, you have to feel like they've used Super Saiyan Blue so much that like a new transformation.
I hope that they don't just go like Blue 2, Blue 3, and instead like become different colors.
Imagine if like Goku went Super Saiyan Rose.
I think that's a possibility. Although Rose could just be like a mixture of the Saiyan God power with Kai power. But true. I feel like, you know what would be really cool is if they made it like based on like how a flame works. Like red flame, I think blue flame is hotter than like red flames.
Isn't green?
I think white is the hottest.
Oh.
So
Super.
So like white. After blue, you get white.
I'm gonna look it up right now. Hottest color of fire.
I think there's like a chart. I think it's like red, orange, yellow, maybe green, blue, white.
Blue is the hottest part of the flame.
It's the hottest part of a flame, but what about white? What about white fire?
Let me look. White fire is rather hot, but apparently blue is still the hottest somehow.
Oh, okay. So that.
Well, they don't have to apply the exact.
Well, it doesn't have to be that analogy.
Normal out of normal fire, white is the hottest. Like, let's say, okay, here's the exact temperature. Red fire's lowest temperature, just visible, is 980 degrees Fahrenheit. White's lowest possible temperature is 2400 degrees Fahrenheit.
Jesus. So yeah, they could definitely do like a Super Saiyan white. And even if they wanted to make like, even if they didn't want to call it Super Saiyan, 3-ish, you could even have the long hair and just make it white.
And then that becomes Super Saiyan 5, and AF fans go nuts.
We've unleashed the fucking. We've opened the gates.
Our speculation's gone too far. It's gone too far. We need to move on.
We've opened the gates of hell.
We've opened the gates of AF.
Dragon Ball AF is coming soon. You are not going to be saved.
Even though it's really, 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 really bad.
It's horrible. It is horrible, and you will all die for it.
All right, so today's Pokemon Day.
We go from like satanic rumblings to it's Pokemon Day, everybody.
And this is pretty much like the last big topic we have to cover. Because we were going to talk about wrestling, but at this stage, our show's going on long enough to where I feel like fuck wrestling.
You want to know a real quick recap of wrestling? Bray Wyatt has the title. That's all you need to know.
The end. Nothing else. Oh, I guess Goldberg's about to squash Kevin Owens, and everyone's going to get really mad. So that's wrestling covered. So today's Pokemon Day. So Pokemon is now old enough to legally drink in America.
Amen.
That's crazy. I'm only a year and some change older than the Pokemon franchise.
Yeah, it makes me feel old. That's for sure.
I mean,
yeah, I was gonna say, I am old. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna be 30 next year.
Ooh, the big 3-0. Yeah, the big party for that. I'll come over for that party.
That'll probably be about it to the party.
We'll have blackjack and hookers.
Oh, you mean
like in our Terraria?
You mean
jungle?
Like we're gonna go to the casino and gamble and get drunk as shit, and they're gonna throw me out?
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll get them back. I'll always get them back. Hit me with the prime rib.
But no, seriously. I guess we've kind of talked about Pokemon a lot. Obviously, it's a huge, like, for me, Pokemon and Dragon Ball are, like, aside from One Piece, like, the biggest aspects of what I do online. Because even though I love One Piece, is still my favorite anime and whatnot. There's not, like, I don't like the mobile games.
I've kind of stopped watching the anime
stuff like
completely.
I haven't watched the anime in like years. I watched the Gear 4th episode. That was it. That's the only.
I read the
watched.
manga, and I just feel like I can't watch the anime. The pacing is awful.
In the anime. The manga's been really good though. This arc has been spectacular.
This arc has been great.
But that's neither here nor there. So, Pokemon. I still can't get over the fact it's 21 years old. I guess if we're talking about favorite moments in the series, in terms of games, not the anime, not the TCG, nothing else. Just no spin-offs. Just the actual moments that really stand out to me in Pokemon. The earliest that I remember going, oh my god, was climbing Mount Silver and encountering Red.
That to a point, but I would even say just Kanto as a whole. When you really think about it, that was a huge deal. And
yeah, but I'm just talking about for me personally, I was much younger than you.
No, that's true.
So for me, I was kind of like, oh, okay, this is cool, I guess. I wouldn't consider it, I wouldn't have known it to be this like groundbreaking, surprising thing. I thought it would have made sense. But like finding that, I was like, oh man, I played as that guy. I have to fight me?
Gold and Silver had a lot of cool moments like that. And for me, definitely just going to Kanto again was like, oh man, this is like treading old ground. You know, this was my stomping ground for years. That was an awesome moment.
The unfortunate part was how easy Kanto is compared to Johto.
There were a lot of really awesome moments in the series though. Like even as recent as Sun and Moon, we had our first legitimate fusion with a Pokemon. With the Ultra Beast, Helgo, and Lusamine. That was a dope-ass moment. And we both hate Gen 4. We both hate Gen 4 with a passion. But I do think...
Hardcore.
I actually do like the villain, though. I actually do like the villain. Yes, he's edgy.
He was just batshit.
He was batshit, and he was edgy. But you got to admit, his plan was the first real grand scale plan. Like even Team Aqua and Team Magma's plan wasn't shit compared to his.
Yeah, he was the first one who was like, you know what, fuck this entire planet.
Yeah, and he definitely. Also, his theme song was badass. His theme song was easily one of the best bad guy themes for a long time. For a long time. I don't it's not anymore, but
I think Guzma has the best.
I like Guzma. I love Lusamine's theme.
Lusamine's fantastic. I think Lusamine has the better battle music, but Guzma has the better encounter music.
Also, just in general, the music of Pokemon over the years it's taken a weird development. Gen 1 was an interesting time for the music because
oh god, all right, guys,
I'm not going to go too deep into this, but when they made the music, they really loved playing with chaotic elements. If you listen to the original iteration of the Champion theme, it's a lot of chaotic notes. It's a lot of chaotic notes, like that opening where it's like all over the fucking place. And then they eventually start developing a style of their own. And it just works. It works so well, you know, and it's great. And it's to a point now where, like, they've kind of mastered this style. And just they create, like, almost every Pokemon game has fantastic music. And going from Gen 1 all the way to Gen 7, you have really catchy music. You have just really awesome over-the-top music. And I fucking love it. I love the soundtrack to the Pokemon games so much.
Yeah. In terms of like the best music, though, I mean, it's hard to look at the recent games and say, "Oh, this is the best. It's the best for this reason, this reason." But I do feel like Gen 7 Alola has one of the best. I would say because there's so much.
I would say it has the best total package soundtrack. I would say it definitely has the best total package soundtrack. Like for everything that you do in the game, it's the best fit. It's honestly, it's got the most atmospheric soundtrack, in my opinion. Like every song perfectly fits.
It fits. Yeah, it fits the region
And
so
even
well.
like songs for specific characters fit so well. Nanu's theme is one of the dopest fucking themes in the entire series. It's so chill. The bass just goes at it. It's a fucking awesome theme. And
I'll say you just love it because there's so much
it's like a
bass.
funk piece. It's like a relaxing funk piece. And it's awesome. And the champion theme is really good. Even though it's like an enhanced version of the title theme, which is really awesome.
Which I think is fun.
I think it's great. Personally, I still like the Gen 2 champion theme more, but as a total package soundtrack, Gen 7 is definitely superior to Gen 2. That's where I stand on that.
And I know unpopular opinion for a lot of people. Somehow, I don't understand how this is unpopular opinion. Gen 7 beats Gen 2 in a lot of ways.
Oh, it does.
In nearly every way.
I really can't argue with that. Mechanically, it destroys Gen 2. In terms of the soundtrack, overall, it beats Gen 2. I think in terms of locations, I think to a point, it beats Gen 2. I think the story is definitely better. A lot of people shit on Gen 7's story, which I don't know why.
It's the first like legit story I feel like we've ever had.
Yeah, and that's part of the problem with a lot of people. Like they say it's the first story they had and it's not a good one. But that's bullshit.
It's probably the best Pokemon can get without like going too far.
Yeah, it's not like Pokemon is not a full-blown JRPG series where it's like super story driven. So I don't know why people expect that. I think it's just cynicism in gaming, something I've covered before. And it's really stupid and it has no place. And frankly, there's been a lot of really cool shit in Pokemon. I guess we may as well talk about it. Favorite Pokemon games? Like a top 3.
Top 3? Sun and Moon. Gold and Silver. And then probably Black and White too.
I am going with Sun and Moon as well for my top. I'm going with Black 2, White 2 for my second. And I'm going with Crystal as my third. I say more so than Gold and Silver because it is slightly different.
I kind of always package Gen 2 together, even though I say Gold and Silver.
I mean, true. But it's the third game is always different enough from the two main games that it's enough to distinguish itself.
Yeah.
So.
That's fair.
It's not like, and like Sun and Moon didn't get a third game. Black 2, White 2.
Well, Sun and Moon never had the time to get a third game.
That's what I'm
X and Y did
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I've yet to play X and Y. I've yet to play it. I really should.
X and Y is one of those weird ones because like it's not bad, but it's nowhere near deserving of being in the top lists.
What's it, boring?
Like it's the middle of the road. It's just like, I mean, also it was the first like 3D Pokemon.
Well, the first in the main series, technically.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. We're talking strictly main series here, Dave.
Coliseum and XD kind of act like that.
As I said at the start of this conversation, we're talking strictly main series.
But
it's the first proper 3D game, and it sets out to do so much that it forgets to do the little things.
Yeah, I really liked Black 2, White 2, though. That was a great game. Beats the hell out of the original Black and White.
I do not like the original.
I like the original Black and White to a point. I don't like the constant fucking like stopping you every 2 minutes to teach you something.
Well, people said that was a big issue they had with Sun and Moon, but like I feel like Sun and Moon kind of takes you through that in like the first hour or so, and then after that, you really just kind of go through the plot.
It front loads it.
Yeah.
Black and White and Gen 4 in particular were really bad about that. They don't just do it all in the front. They do it all throughout the game, and they stop you when you just want to do shit. And Gen 4 had all those fucking HMs, and it was slow as shit. And God, I fucking hate Gen 4. Gen 3 was just boring as shit. Gen 3 was fucking dull. Like, it did a lot for the series, but if you, like, compare it to all the other Pokemon games, it's just a really boring generation.
Which one? Sorry, I kind of zoned out for a second.
I said I
4?
hate Gen 4, and I said Gen 3 is, like, the most boring.
Gen 3 is dull as fuck. Gen 3, you know what? I would put Gen 3 and Gen 6 on that same pedestal. They were transition generations.
They really were. Like, Gen 3 introduced abilities and introduced, like, a lot of things, but it didn't have the charm of Gen 2. It tried really hard to be Gen 1. Like, if you actually look through the Hoenn region and Kanto, there's a lot of similarities.
There's so many.
Like, they copy, like, gym order and, like, gym typings and general layouts and, like, general, like, things you encounter or when you encounter them, I should say. It does a lot to copy Gen 1, and which is probably why they did the Gen 1 remake that time.
Yeah. Almost as if they created the Gen 3 engine to remake Gen 1.
It's like, come on, guys. We know you really want to redo Gen 1.
You know what? I think, I've said this before in a Discord chat, which we have a Discord chat for the IPA, and we talk about a lot more than just the IPA there, of course, but one thing that was brought up was, like, I said, I'd be okay with them making another Gen 1 remake if they, like, Sun and Moonified it. Like, give it a real proper plot. Or make it a sequel.
I was going to say,
Gen
I don't
1.
want a remake, but I wouldn't mind revisiting Kanto. Hell, why don't you just do a sequel where you follow Lily? She's went to Kanto. Like, be like the kid who... Hell, I can make the story right now. You're a kid who just moved into Pallet Town. All of a sudden, you run into Lily.
Who's there to
visit Oak to, help find a cure for her mother. And then you follow Lily throughout the Kanto region, eventually making it to Bill, because remember, that's where she was going. And then this huge story unravels, and you could do so much with that. You could do so much.
Yeah, the question is, what you have to bring a new evil team in because Rocket's
long gone. I think you could still have Giovanni in the game, but he could probably be like, you'd probably find him in hiding in Cerulean Cave or some shit. I think you would probably have, like, I don't know, maybe Janine and her ninjas got all stupid and they become like evil ninja people. I don't fucking know. But you could do it.
Or maybe we go edgy and it's once again the remnants of Team Rocket, but now they're calling themselves Neo Team Rocket.
No. Team Spaceship.
We're going beyond just what normal rockets can do.
We're going to break orbit. It's a team of all... Team Neville. Team Neville.
Oh my God.
We're doing it. We're going to break orbit. You what, mate? I'm going to bop you good, I swear on me mum.
Oh my God.
But, yeah, let's fucking do it. Come on, Team Neville.
Let's do
it.
But no, I have a feeling that if they go back to Kanto, I would like to do it in Pokemon Stars, which still an unconfirmed game. I see it being revealed at E3 myself.
Yeah, you know what? Even if they decided
there's no reveal for it today, which if they're going to reveal a Pokemon game prior to E3, it would be today.
Yeah, I feel like if they're going to do Pokemon Stars as the quote-unquote third game, they could easily slap on Kanto as like a bonus story at the end.
Yeah, because we know they said at the end of the game that Kanto is close enough to visit anytime you want from Alola. The way I see it is I would assume that Alola is further south of the Sevi Islands.
Yeah. That would actually be pretty dope.
Like, it's far enough down to where it's considered its own region, but like it's probably a short boat ride to get to the seventh island.
Yeah. That's pretty cool though that they're actually like connecting it like that.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense as to why there's so many Kanto mons there.
It does make sense.
Which I also hope that like there's more. If we get stars, it's more Alolan forms.
Yeah.
And I think that if you have Alola close to Kanto, by default that means it's close to Johto, and I want Johto Alolan mons.
Yeah, I definitely want something like that. I don't know if they're going to outright go with that gimmick for Johto Pokemon, but I definitely want to see it. Especially there are some Pokemon that could just really use it.
Yeah. Imagine they make Sunflora good.
Well, its stats would still be shit.
What if they change the stats significantly? And what if it becomes a dragon grass type and it's like an angry fucking looking sunflower?
It's a dragon grass type with an immunity to ice moves as an ability.
Yeah.
That would be dope. But otherwise it's gonna get ice sharded into oblivion. But yeah. I mean, it'd be something. You know what I want to see? I want to see a fucking grass fire type or a fire grass type. Why haven't we gotten this yet?
Yeah, that's one of the few typings that, like, in terms of combinations that we don't have. That's probably what people want.
I'm waiting for them to do a region based on Mexico, and that's when we'll finally fucking get it. It'll be a chili pepper.
Oh my god!
You know they're gonna do it. You know
Yeah.
if we get a Mexico-based region, they're gonna make a chili pepper Pokemon.
It would need to be something.
It would be like jalapeno. And
as in like pain, P-A-I-N.
And it would oh my god, imagine if it was a fire grass type, right? With chlorophyll.
Oh no.
How fucking
or even worse, a new ability that's Sunny Day combined with chlorophyll.
How broken would that be?
It would probably have to. The stats would have to be shit, otherwise it'd go into.
Yeah, it would be like a special attacker, so it gets like solar beam, flame, or fire blast.
Yeah.
And I don't know what if jalapeno would be the first form, or if it would be the second form. The second form would probably be like habanero themed.
Yeah. We're sitting here today crafting on Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's how you know this podcast has went off the rails.
It's off the rails, and it's not coming back. But yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah. So, is there anything left to talk about? Or are we?
Well, we kind of just shit the bed on Elimination Chamber, so nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Nobody
though.
cares.
That's the thing. We had really good discussions on Dragon Ball and Pokemon.
You were going to talk about Go.
Oh yeah, Jotamon's are
There
in
we
Go.
go. Discussion over.
That's all there really is. I mean, they're
I
there,
haven't
but
played Go
like,
in months.
it's all.
So
We're already suffering from the same mon syndrome, right? I'll tell you all the mons I encounter in town. Murkrow, which is useless because we don't have Gen 4 mons. We have Murkrow, Spinarak, Sentret, Hoot, and Teddiursa.
so basic
Those are the 5.
bullshit.
Yeah. Now, we have a Chikorita nest in town, so that's kind of
cool.
hype. But that's it. I caught a Skarmory at school,
Yeah.
and that's pretty much it.
I think that's pretty much it, though, for everything we have to talk about this week. Maybe next week or next show. I shouldn't say next week so haphazardly, but maybe next show we'll tell you a little bit about Horizon Dawn or whatever the hell it is,
And
Nintendo Switch, and maybe I'll throw something else in there. Who knows? Because usually we scramble for topics, so we'll probably figure out something real quick.
Or we can say something that makes us
Yeah.
mad. Which happens.
Something makes me mad, and I'll fucking rant about it.
Yeah.
So I think with that,
I mean, if there's anything to rant about, it'd be the state of the IPA.
Yeah. Although we've taken a podcast to rant about that before, and
Yeah. Although now I feel as if it's like especially bad.
Although last time we did that, we got yelled at. We got bitched at. We did get. I think Austin bitched at us.
Oh, I don't really care.
I know you don't.
I meant every word I
know.
said.
But yeah, IPA is kind of in a really shitty situation right now.
Again,
as usual. I hate to say it, but
it's become a sad standard.
Become a terrible standard. Maybe next week we'll be 3 weeks in if we're on next week. If not next week, then next time we meet we'll have enough battles in. Maybe I'll do a little discussion on my team so far. Could be fun. I've had a pretty good solid 2 weeks so far. And I have a team built already for my 3rd week.
It's doing really
It's
well.
It's been doing fantastic in testing. I am surprised it's been doing so well. So, but that's for then. That's for then. I want to get into that now. So, is there anything you have to talk about before we go, or?
I think I've
okay. Well, then I guess that's going to wrap things up. So, I'll do the outro this time. For Matt, I'm Dave. And until next time, take care.